In Avengers Infinity War, Thanos obtained the Soul Stone from the barren planet Vormir after Gamora informed him about its whereabouts. There, he was guided to the stone by a character who was long thought to be dead in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the Red Skull. The former leader of HYDRA gave the Mad Titan all the information he required to acquire it.
What you seek lies in front of you.
But there was no explanation about how he knew so much. But in this video, we'll explain exactly where he learned all about it. If you like this video, be sure to hit the subscribe button and click the bell to be notified when we upload fresh content.
How is it you know this place so well?
One of the first questions Thanos asked the Red Skull after the two characters met in Infinity War was, how is it you know this place so well? The character, otherwise known as Johann Schmidt, explained how he had once sought the stones out, and even held the Tesseract in his hand, but was cast out by it, as it banished him to Vormir and cursed him to guide others to the Soul Stone. But that didn't explain how he knew what was required to obtain it. Evidently, no other character had ever claimed it during his time there, because it was still under his protection, and he didn't mention having been told about the requirements by anybody in particular. And the requirements in question are very specific: a soul for a soul. Should anybody want to wield the Soul Stone, they had to trade it for the life of somebody they loved. And in Thanos' case, that was his adoptive daughter Gamora. However, Marvel Studios has just published a book called The Visual Dictionary, a book that chronicles the decade of MCU movies released to date, and it seems to explain how the Red Skull knew so much. On the whole, the book doesn't provide much new information about the MCU, but in this instance, it definitely does. In Captain America: The First Avenger, the Red Skull found the Tesseract in Tonsberg, Norway, where it was stored in a church, but the Marvel Studios Visual Dictionary revealed the Infinity Stone wasn't the only thing he took from there. HYDRA agents also discovered what's described as an earthly version of the Book of Yggdrasil, which explained the history of the 9 realms in great detail. The Visual Dictionary explained that while most people believe the information in the book to be based on myths, the Red Skull saw it as genuine history, so he used the text to learn all about the Tesseract and indeed the other Infinity Stones.
There are relics that predate the universe itself.
You may recall the Asgardian version of the Book of Yggdrasil appeared in 2013's Thor: The Dark World, when Odin took Thor and Jane Foster into his chambers and used it to explain the history of the universe. Odin told Thor of the relics that predated the universe itself, of the reign of the Dark Elves in the time of darkness before the Big Bang, and even the convergence of the 9 realms. All of that information came from just a couple of the book's pages, so it stands to reason that if the Red Skull studied the whole book in great detail, he would know a lot more about the cosmos than we were led to believe on screen. He possessed Midgard's version of one of Asgard's most sacred texts, a book so important and potentially dangerous that it was tucked away in the All-Father's personal chamber for his eyes only. It definitely explains how the Red Skull knew so much about the Soul Stone, as lots of information about it would have been recorded in the Book of Yggdrasil. Perhaps not its location though, which would explain why Thanos couldn't find it for so long. There is, however, a definite element of irony in the fact that the Red Skull learned all of this by stealing knowledge from the guardians of one Infinity Stone, only to be transported to Vormir and be cursed into becoming the guardian of another one. Serves him right for being the Nazi scum that we all love to hate.
You are failing!
And that is the end of our video. Did you enjoy it? Were you happy to see the Red Skull return in Avengers Infinity War? And could his knowledge of the Infinity Stones lead him to seek them out again in the MCU? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below, and while you're down there, don't forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe to ScreenRant here on YouTube for more awesome content. Thanks for watching.